Okay, so you should have read Trifles by Susan Glassbell for ELA 2. And we had a worksheet uploaded that was the red light, yellow light, green light, and basically practicing what's your prior knowledge on something, and then finding a quote, and then moving from those ideas to build an inference and just make a guess about what you think is going to happen or go on or what the people are feeling. So I told you we were going to talk about theme and dramatic irony. So I'm going to give you some notes and some information about theme and dramatic irony, and then we'll kind of revisit the inferencing, and then we will have another activity to do today over trifles, which you should have already read and listened to. If for some reason you have not read it yet or listened to it, you can find on Canvas a PDF file and the audio. You can have the PDF file up and have the audio playing as you follow along. So one of the big literary elements we're going to talk about is theme, and you guys should have heard of theme by now. And what theme is just a main idea or a main message that's trying to be conveyed to you through the text. So the main message in a text is there for us to learn something. It could be a moral of a story. It's kind of what you take away. So there are some universal themes that are going to be listed on this PowerPoint. And if you can't think of putting a theme into your own words right now, you are allowed to use one of these four and just kind of tell me, how does this fit in to our text that we're reading? Remember, the reading that you're doing right now is with trifles. So one universal theme is in difficult times, friends and family support each other. Another one is, in life, people struggle with problems, but the real struggle is how you solve them. A third one is, when faced with difficulty, regular people can do amazing things. And your last one to choose from on the universal themes is, some people use their power to take advantage of others. So think of the 4 different themes that are listed below and tell me which one you think is a lesson that you learned while reading Trifles. If you can think of a better one that's more tailored to our play that we read, you may go ahead and write out any theme statement you want. Dramatic irony is another element that's used in not only this text, but many texts. And there's all different types of irony. There's situational irony, there's dramatic irony, and there's verbal irony. Today, you're going to look at dramatic irony. Dramatic irony is when the audience or the reader knows something that the people in the text do not know. And this builds tension. I like to think of the movie Halloween when I think of irony, dramatic irony. The reason is because I do like the movie Halloween, and I just remember how Jamie Lee Curtis is running away to get away from Michael Myers, who she thinks is following her, but really in reality, we see he is upstairs in the closet, right where she's running to hide. That's dramatic irony. We are at home watching the film. We have seen where Michael Myers is, and we see where she's running, and it causes us to get fearful. Building tension, dramatic irony, when the audience knows something that the people in the text do not know. So for this assignment, you need to know what theme and dramatic irony are so that you can do a writing assignment where you prove an example of both of those in our text. The assignment will be on Canvas for you. So if you need to refer back to this video to look at your notes, this is just supposed to be a helpful guide, and then you just will follow the assignment on Canvas. Again, I went ahead and wanted to review inferences, and remember, inferences is just making that educated guess with the information that you've read. You can then take a quote and prove it from what you have background knowledge on, what you have seen in the text, and then making your best guess to say, what does this tell me about the text? When we're doing activities like this that are on Canvas, you're going to be doing text citations, and there's a very specific way that you need to do that. So when you do that, you have to first introduce the quote. So you may say something like, in the book or in the play Trifles, the author says, comma, and then get ready for your quotation. Once you're done with your quote and you see that you've put it in quotation marks, you then have parentheses. And in those parentheses goes the author's last name and the page number you found it on. Now you guys are reading from a PDF, so if you see the PDF has a number on that actual page, you can put that number. Otherwise, you just see what page you're on from that file. So if it's on page 1 of that file, you just say page 1. So for you, you would start by introducing the quote, maybe saying, in the text, Gladspell says, comma, then give the direct quote, make sure it's in quotation marks. After that is over, you will then put your parentheses with Gladspell and the page number. You do not need anything other than her name, which is her last name, Gladspell, and a space, and then the page number. Then you end parenthesis and put the period on the outside. Okay? And all that does is shows us that all of this is all one thought. They all work together in one element. Then you add your sentence of explanation, which just tells me what the quote's about. So you may say something like the example below. This is shown this is shown in the text when Baker writes, comma, here's their quote, all schools are educational homes. Baker 14, period on the outside of my parenthesis. This quote proves that Baker believes schools are a second home for students. That is my explanation of the quote I just used. So, when you're working today, you're looking for a theme, and you have to get text evidence to support that. And here's the page to show you how to do that. Introduce the quote, give the quote, cite the quote, then explain what that quote really is saying to you. And then you will do an activity with your dramatic irony, just the same idea as the theme one. You'll just be doing it for dramatic irony. Find a situation in the story, in the play, where you can prove that there is some dramatic irony going on. And that's it. All right. Good luck, and I hope you guys have a great day.